Chosen one, if you are watching this right now, it is not by accident, and it is not because you are searching for love the way the world searches for it. This moment is a Kairos moment, a divinely timed interruption, because heaven is speaking to you about something your heart has felt, but your eyes have not yet seen. Chosen one, your future spouse is closer than you think, but not visible yet. Not because they are delayed, not because you missed your chance, and not because God forgot your desire. They are hidden, protected, and being aligned in a realm beyond your current awareness. What looks like silence is actually precision. What feels like waiting is actually preparation. Anointed one, the scroll of your love story was written before you were formed, and it unfolds by divine sequence, not human urgency. Scripture reminds us that love awakens in its proper time, and heaven never rushes what must last. God does not reveal too early what would be mishandled before maturity. There are things your spirit can sense before your eyes are allowed to see them. That is why this connection feels near but unseen. If this message resonates, stay with me, because revelation is about to bring clarity. And if your spirit already knows this word is for you, quietly affirm it. Like the video, subscribe, and type 777 in the comments as a sign of alignment. Chosen one, there is a reason your spirit has been restless lately, even on days when nothing seems to be happening on the surface. This restlessness is not loneliness, and it is not impatience. It is recognition. It is your spirit sensing proximity before visibility. I know this feeling intimately because there was a season in my own life when everything looked still, silent, and unmoving, yet inside I could feel something drawing closer, without a name, without a face, without confirmation. I remember waking up some mornings with a strange peace mixed with longing, not for a person I could identify, but for a future I somehow knew was already moving toward me. That is where you are right now. This is not imagination, this is discernment. Anointed one, heaven does not operate on the timeline of exposure, but on the timeline of readiness. There are seasons where God allows you to sense before you see, to feel before you touch, to know before you are introduced. This is because what is coming is not casual, it is covenant. And covenant relationships are never rushed into the open. They are cultivated in hidden places, sealed in quiet obedience, and protected until both parties can carry the weight of what is being entrusted. Your future spouse is not absent. They are aligned. They are not delayed. They are being positioned, and you are not forgotten. You are being prepared. There is a hidden scroll connected to your love story, and it has timing written all over it. Not human timing, but Kairos timing. The kind of timing that does not respond to pressure, comparison, or emotional urgency. The kind of timing that responds only to alignment. I have learned through painful mistakes and divine corrections that God will delay a meeting to protect a destiny. I once prayed for connection without realizing I was not yet healed enough to steward it. And God, in His mercy, withheld the reveal while still allowing the nearness. That season taught me that proximity does not mean permission. Near does not always mean now. Chosen one. You may have noticed that certain patterns in your life have been breaking recently. Old attractions no longer satisfy. Conversations that once felt exciting now feel empty. You are not becoming difficult. You are becoming specific. Heaven is narrowing your appetite because what is coming requires discernment, not desperation. This is why distractions are falling away. This is why superficial connections no longer hold you. This is why solitude has felt both uncomfortable and necessary. God often hides you from premature attachment while He finalizes covenant alignment behind the scenes. There is a reason Scripture reminds us that the vision waits for its appointed time. That word, appointed, matters. Appointed means scheduled by heaven, not negotiated by emotion. Your love story has an appointment, and appointments cannot be forced early without consequence. I want you to hear this clearly, because it will bring relief to your spirit. You did not miss them. You did not overlook them. You did not fail some secret test. If anything, your obedience to walk away from what looked good but felt wrong is proof that you are being trusted with something greater. Anointed one, sometimes God allows your future spouse to be physically near but spiritually hidden. Other times they are spiritually near but geographically distant. And in some seasons they are both near and hidden, growing under the same sky without awareness of each other. This is where the mystery of divine alignment lives. I have witnessed this not only in my own journey, but in the stories of those I have walked with. People who met years after unknowingly passing through the same spaces. People who realized later that their parallel seasons of isolation, healing, and refinement were not random, but synchronized preparation. You may be asking why heaven would allow your heart to feel the nearness without the clarity. It is because clarity changes behavior, and behavior, when premature, can disrupt formation. God is far more invested in who you are becoming than in how quickly you arrive at the promise. This is why the hidden season is sacred. This is why silence is not absence. Silence is sealing. In the quiet, character is formed. Discernment is sharpened. Wounds are healed without the pressure of performance. And identity is rooted before attachment is allowed. Chosen one. I need you to understand that this is not a season to strive, search, or scan every room wondering if today is the day. That posture belongs to fear, not faith. Faith rests while alignment works. Faith trusts the unseen movement. Faith allows God to orchestrate what you could never coordinate. There was a moment in my own life when I stopped asking when and started asking, what are you forming in me now? That shift changed everything. The moment I surrendered the timeline, peace replaced anxiety, and shortly after, movement replaced stagnation. There is a difference between waiting and preparing. Waiting looks passive. Preparing looks invisible. Heaven is not asking you to pause your life. Heaven is asking you to deepen it. Build what was neglected. Heal what was avoided. Strengthen what was weak. Love yourself in ways you once hoped someone else would. This is not wasted time. This is covenant training. And when the reveal comes, you will understand why this season had to happen exactly this way. Anointed one, your future spouse will not complete you. They will recognize you. They will not rescue you. They will walk beside you. That kind of partnership requires two whole people, not two wounded halves hoping to heal through proximity. God loves you too much to give you something early that would cost you later. What feels like delay is actually precision protection. What feels like absence is actually alignment in progress. So if your spirit feels like something is close but unseen, you are not wrong. You are discerning. Heaven is working in layers you cannot yet access. Stay surrendered, stay soft, stay obedient. Do not rush the unveiling. What is hidden is being handled with care. And when the time comes, the reveal will feel less like surprise and more like recognition, as if your soul already knew the sound of their presence before your eyes ever met theirs. And in the next movement of this message, I will show you the subtle signs that confirm this nearness is real, how heaven signals alignment before manifestation, and what you must guard in this season so you do not interfere with what God is about to unveil. Chosen one. There is a language heaven uses long before manifestation appears, and it is not the language of sight. It is the language of shifts. Subtle changes in your appetite, quiet realignments in your emotions. a sudden intolerance for what once felt acceptable. These are not mood swings, these are signals. When God begins to bring something closer, He often changes you first, so you do not mishandle what is approaching. I learned this the hard way. There was a season when I kept asking God for clarity, not realizing He was already answering me through discomfort. I wanted confirmation, but heaven was offering correction. And correction, when received, is one of the clearest confirmations there is. Anointed One. Proximity is rarely loud. It is rarely dramatic. Most divine arrivals begin as an inner stirring rather than an outer event. That is why people around you may not understand why you are quieter, more reflective, or more selective than before. They think you are withdrawing. In reality, you are being tuned. God does not shout over noise, He intends to remove. He softens your spirit so you can hear the finer frequencies. When something sacred is near heaven, lowers the volume of everything else. You may have noticed that your prayers have changed. You are no longer begging for a person. You are asking for alignment, for peace, for clarity, for wholeness. This shift matters. It tells me that heaven has already begun to answer you. When desire matures into discernment, it is a sign that your spirit is ready to recognize what your heart once would have rushed. I remember a time when my prayers shifted without me realizing it. I stopped naming outcomes and started asking for preparation. Shortly after God removed connections I was emotionally attached to but spiritually misaligned with. At the time it felt like loss. Later, I recognized it as protection. Chosen One. There is a reason your future spouse is not visible yet. Visibility invites interpretation, and interpretation invites interference. Not everyone who sees what God is doing understands how to handle it. This includes you at times. That is why God hides relationships in plain sight or places them just outside your awareness. It is not to tease you, it is to preserve purity. The hidden season keeps comparison from corrupting the process. It keeps fear from contaminating faith, and it keeps expectation from outrunning obedience. There is a spiritual law that operates quietly but consistently. What is revealed before its time is often mishandled. Scripture alludes to this when it speaks of vision waiting for its appointed moment, as written in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. The waiting is not denial, it is calibration. Heaven is adjusting timing, perspective, and capacity so that when the moment comes, the meeting does not just excite you, it stabilizes you. I have watched people meet too early and spend years repairing what timing could have prevented. God is not slow, He is precise. Anointed One, let me speak to the ache you feel that you do not often admit out loud. The ache is not proof of lack, it is proof of readiness increasing. When hunger sharpens, it is because nourishment is near. But heaven will not feed you what you cannot yet digest. That is why this season requires restraint, emotional restraint, spiritual restraint, even mental restraint. You do not need to imagine faces, replay scenarios, or assign meaning to every interaction. Those habits belong to anxiety, not alignment. Alignment rests. Anxiety reaches. I remember learning this during a season when I thought every meaningful conversation might be the one. It exhausted me, and it distracted me from the deeper work God was doing. When I finally surrendered the need to identify the promise, I found myself enjoying life again. That joy was not accidental, it was preparation. Joy strengthens discernment, desperation weakens it. Heaven wants you joyful, not hyper-vigilant. Chosen One, you are being taught how to recognize peace, not sparks. Sparks are emotional. Peace is spiritual. Sparks can be ignited by attention. Peace arrives with alignment. This is why you have felt strangely calm lately, even though nothing has changed externally. Calm is not complacency. Calm is confidence without explanation. It is the inner knowing that something is being handled for you. When peace precedes manifestation, it is a sign that heaven is close. There is also something else happening that you may not have words for yet. Your identity is settling. You are no longer performing for acceptance. You are no longer reshaping yourself to be chosen. This is critical. Covenant does not form around performance. It forms around authenticity. God will not connect you to someone who only knows the version of you shaped by survival. He is preparing to introduce you as you truly are, and that requires a season where you get comfortable with yourself without an audience. Anointed One, your future spouse is being prepared in a parallel way. While you are healing certain patterns, they are learning discernment. While you are learning patience, they are learning courage. While you are learning to rest, they are learning to lead. This is not coincidence. Heaven works in symmetry. That is why timing matters. Meeting too early would interrupt formation on both sides. God is not withholding love. He is synchronizing it. You may wonder why God does not simply reveal the person so you can wait with certainty. But certainty changes posture, and posture affects growth. Faith grows best in trust, not in control. If God gave you full clarity now, you might stop developing what this season was meant to build. I have seen this happen. People stop praying, stop refining, stop listening once they think they know the outcome. God values the journey because the journey forms the vessel that will carry the promise. Chosen One, do not interpret invisibility as distance. Some of the closest things to you are unseen. Your breath, your thoughts, your spirit. Visibility is not the measure of proximity. Impact is. And something is already impacting you. Your boundaries are stronger. Your standards are clearer. Your intuition is sharper. These are not random upgrades. They are covenant-level adjustments. I need you to hear this clearly. You are not behind. You are not overlooked. You are not less favored because your story is unfolding quietly. Some of the most protected things move without announcement. Heaven does not post updates for processes that require discretion. The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. God is working where you cannot monitor, and that is often where the deepest work happens. Anointed One, this is also a season to guard your mouth. Not because your desire is wrong, but because words carry weight. Complaints delay clarity. Gratitude accelerates alignment. Speak well of this season even when it stretches you. Speak with trust even when you do not see progress. I learned that language shapes atmosphere. When I stopped describing my waiting as emptiness and started honoring it as preparation, my inner world shifted. That shift mattered more than any external sign. Chosen One. The reveal will not come through striving. It will come through obedience, a decision to rest, a decision to forgive, a decision to stop revisiting what God already closed. Sometimes the final key is not something you do, but something you release. There are attachments God is gently loosening because they would interfere with recognition when the moment arrives. Let Him do that work without resistance. I want to end this movement by anchoring you in truth. What is meant for you is not confused about where you are. It does not need help finding you. It is being guided with intention. Your only responsibility is to remain aligned, available, and surrendered. When the time comes, the meeting will feel familiar, not frantic, safe, not overwhelming, peaceful, not chaotic. And you will understand why everything before it had to unfold exactly as it did. In the next movement, we will explore the internal confirmations that appear just before manifestation, the quiet signs that heaven uses to signal readiness, and how to recognize when alignment has moved from preparation to approach. Chosen one. There is a moment in every divinely aligned journey when preparation quietly shifts into approach. Nothing dramatic announces it. There is no trumpet sound, no sudden revelation in the sky. Instead, heaven speaks through internal confirmations, deep, steady signals that do not excite your emotions as much as they anchor your spirit. This is where many people miss what God is doing because they are still waiting for fireworks while heaven is offering peace. I want to walk you through this carefully because the signs of approach are subtle but unmistakable once you know how to read them. Anointed one. One of the first confirmations that alignment is moving closer is a deep internal settling. Not boredom, not resignation. Settling. A sense that you no longer need to explain your season to anyone. You stop defending your timeline. You stop rehearsing your story. You stop feeling the urge to prove that you are okay. This is not emotional numbness. This is security. I remember the moment this happened for me. I was sitting alone one evening doing nothing significant when I realized I was no longer asking God when. The question had simply fallen away. In its place was trust. That trust did not come from answers. It came from rest. This settling is heaven's signal that striving has ended, and when striving ends, alignment accelerates. God does not release covenant into chaos. He releases it into stillness. That is why your nervous system matters in this season. You are being regulated so you can recognize peace when it arrives in human form. If you are still addicted to emotional highs and lows, you will confuse excitement for confirmation. Heaven is teaching you to recognize safety as attraction, calm as chemistry, consistency as desire. Chosen. One another confirmation appears in how you view your past. You are no longer romanticizing what hurt you. You are no longer curious about doors God closed. You are no longer wondering if you could have made something work if you had tried harder. This is critical. When heaven is about to introduce something new, it removes emotional residue from what is old. Memory loses its grip. Nostalgia fades. Not because those experiences meant nothing, but because they no longer define you. I have seen this again and again. Right before alignment, the past goes quiet. Anointed one. You may also notice that your discernment has sharpened without becoming cynical. You are not suspicious. You are clear. You can sense when something is off without needing proof. You do not feel the need to investigate people. You simply know what aligns and what does not. This is not judgment. This is maturity. God refines your discernment so you do not entertain confusion when clarity is near. Confusion delays recognition. Discernment accelerates it. There is also a shift in how you pray. Your prayers become shorter but deeper. You are no longer trying to convince God. You are agreeing with Him. Silence becomes comfortable. Waiting no longer feels empty. You find yourself listening more than speaking. This posture matters. Scripture speaks of stillness as the place where knowing emerges. Stillness is not inactivity. It is attentiveness. And attentiveness is required to recognize divine timing when it unfolds quietly. Chosen one. One of the most overlooked confirmations of approach is joy returning without a reason. Not happiness tied to outcomes, but joy rooted in presence. You laugh more easily. You feel lighter. You enjoy ordinary moments. This is not distraction. This is alignment. Joy is often the atmosphere heaven creates before manifestation. It strengthens your spirit so you do not cling when the promise arrives. People who meet their future spouse from a place of lack often turn love into pressure. Heaven is restoring joy, so love can be received as a gift, not a solution. I want to speak honestly here because this matters. Many people think they are ready for covenant because they want it badly. Desire does not equal readiness. Readiness looks like contentment without complacency. It looks like openness without anxiety. It looks like hope without obsession. I had to learn this through experience. There was a time when I thought wanting something deeply meant I was prepared to receive it. In reality, my desire was still mixed with fear. God did not judge that. He healed it, and He is doing the same for you. Anointed one another internal confirmation is a shift in identity. You no longer define yourself by relationship status. You do not feel incomplete without partnership. This does not mean you do not want love. It means love is no longer your source. God becomes your source. And when God is your source, partnership becomes multiplication, not dependency. Heaven will not join two people who are looking to each other for identity. Covenant requires two people who know who they are before they meet. You may also notice that certain habits are losing their appeal. Coping mechanisms that once helped you survive now feel unnecessary. Distractions no longer satisfy. Even spiritual busyness loses its grip. This is not backsliding, this is focus. God is simplifying your life so you have room to receive what is coming. Covenant requires margin, emotional margin, mental margin, spiritual margin. You cannot build something new while clinging to excess. Chosen one, let me address the fear that sometimes rises quietly in this season. The fear that you might miss it. That fear does not come from God. It comes from the illusion of control. You cannot miss what is assigned. You cannot outrun what is aligned. You cannot overlook what heaven is orchestrating. God does not play games with destiny. He is not waiting to see if you guess correctly. He is leading you step by step, even when you cannot see the path ahead. There is a reason Scripture reminds us that God orders steps, not outcomes. You are not responsible for the meeting. You are responsible for the posture. Stay teachable, stay surrendered, stay honest. That is enough. I have watched people sabotage alignment by trying to manage it. They analyze every interaction. They project meaning onto every conversation. They exhaust themselves emotionally before anything even begins. Heaven is calling you out of that pattern. Rest is your signal of trust. Anointed one. When approach begins, you may feel an unexpected urge to release control in other areas of life. You forgive someone without closure. You let go of an old plan. You make peace with uncertainty. These are not random acts. They are internal alignments. God often clears space in your spirit before introducing someone who will occupy it differently. Do not resist these releases. They are not losses. They are invitations. I want to ground this in something practical because prophetic language must touch real life. Pay attention to how you respond to delays now. Do they still frustrate you, or do you adapt with grace? Pay attention to how you handle disappointment. Does it derail you, or does it deepen you? Pay attention to how you treat yourself in quiet moments. Do you criticize, or do you nurture? These responses reveal readiness more than any sign ever could. Chosen one. The final confirmation I want to share in this movement is perhaps the most important. You begin to trust God with your happiness, not just your future, your happiness. You stop believing that joy is postponed until the promise arrives. You realize joy is part of the preparation. This shift changes everything. It removes pressure from the meeting. It allows love to enter a space already filled with light. When the reveal comes, and it will, you will recognize it not because your heart races, but because your spirit exhales. It will feel less like pursuit and more like arrival, less like effort and more like alignment. And you will understand why heaven took its time, why silence was necessary, why the unseen season mattered. In the next movement, we will go deeper into what to guard in this sacred window, the subtle ways people interfere with divine alignment without realizing it, and how to remain positioned without becoming passive as heaven completes what it has already begun. Chosen one. There is a sacred tension in this season that few people talk about, the space where alignment is close enough to feel, yet fragile enough to be disrupted. This is the window where heaven has done much of the unseen work, but human posture still matters deeply. Many people assume that once God begins something, nothing they do can interfere with it. That is not entirely true. God is sovereign, yes, but alignment requires cooperation. Not striving, not controlling, but guarding. And this is the season where guarding becomes essential. Anointed one. One of the primary ways people unknowingly interfere with divine alignment is through premature disclosure. When something sacred is forming, there is a temptation to talk about it too early, to seek validation, reassurance, or excitement from others. But not every voice is qualified to speak into what God is sealing. Some people will project their fears onto your hope, others will rush what God is pacing, and some will unintentionally contaminate purity with opinion. I learned this through experience. There was a season when I shared too much too soon, and suddenly I was managing expectations that heaven never asked me to carry. God had to pull me back into silence, not as punishment, but as protection. Chosen one. Silence in this season is not secrecy, it is stewardship. What you protect grows stronger, what you expose too early grows anxious. Covenant-level connections require privacy during formation. Even Scripture reflects this principle when it speaks of Mary treasuring things in her heart rather than explaining them to everyone. There are moments when understanding must mature internally before it can be shared externally. If you feel the urge to explain what you cannot yet articulate, pause. That urge often signals that something is still forming. Another subtle way alignment is disrupted is through emotional rehearsal, playing out scenarios, imagining conversations, anticipating outcomes. While imagination can be creative in this season, it often becomes a substitute for trust. Rehearsal creates attachment before permission. It bonds you to a future that has not yet arrived. And when reality does not match the rehearsal, disappointment creeps in unnecessarily. Heaven is asking you to stay present, to live where your feet are, to allow the story to unfold without scripting it in advance. Anointed one, guarding also means watching your comparisons. This is critical. Comparison is one of the fastest ways to distort timing. Looking at other people's relationships, milestones, or announcements can quietly erode gratitude. You may not feel jealous, but you may feel delayed. And that feeling, if unchecked, can harden into doubt. I have watched people lose joy in their own season because they measured it against someone else's timeline. God does not recycle stories. He writes them uniquely. Your path does not need to resemble anyone else's to be right. Chosen one. There is also a deeper layer of guarding that involves your inner dialogue. The way you speak to yourself in this season matters more than you realize. If your self-talk is harsh, impatient, or self-blaming, it creates internal resistance. Covenant does not land well in environments of self-rejection. God is aligning you with someone who will honor you. That alignment begins with how you honor yourself. This is not about self-obsession, it is about self-respect. Speak to yourself the way you would speak to someone you are preparing to love deeply. Anointed One. Let me say this gently but clearly. Do not return to old emotional patterns for comfort. Familiarity is seductive, especially in waiting seasons. Reaching out to people God has already closed doors with. Revisiting dynamics that once felt safe but were not aligned. These moments often come disguised as nostalgia or kindness. But reopening old doors introduces noise. Heaven closes doors to create clarity, not emptiness. Trust that what God removed no longer has a role in where you are going. There is also the matter of spiritual distraction. This may sound counterintuitive, but sometimes people interfere with alignment by becoming spiritually busy instead of spiritually present. Over-consuming content, chasing constant confirmation, looking for signs everywhere. This can drown out the still small voice that actually guides. God does not need to compete for your attention. If you are constantly seeking reassurance, it may be a sign that trust is being replaced with control. Alignment flows best when you are grounded, not overstimulated. Chosen One. Guarding this season also means honoring your boundaries without guilt. You may need more rest, more solitude, more space. This does not mean you are isolating. It means you are stabilizing. Boundaries are not walls. They are filters. They allow what aligns to enter while keeping what distracts at a distance. Do not apologize for protecting your peace. Peace is not passive. It is a posture of readiness. Anointed One, I want to speak to the fear that sometimes whispers, "What if I do everything right and still get hurt?" That fear is understandable, but it does not belong in this season. Love always carries risk, but covenant reduces chaos. God is not promising a life without challenge. He is promising alignment that sustains you through it. Guarding does not mean avoiding vulnerability. It means choosing vulnerability wisely. You are not being asked to harden your heart. You are being asked to anchor it. Another subtle interference happens when people idolize the outcome, turning the future spouse into the answer for fulfillment, healing, or purpose. This creates pressure before connection. No human can carry the weight of being your source. God will not allow that dynamic to form. He will delay or disrupt any alignment that competes with His place in your life. When God remains central, partnership becomes a blessing rather than a burden. Chosen One this season is also about guarding hope itself. Hope is not hype. Hope is steady expectation rooted in trust. Do not let disappointment redefine your theology. Just because something did not happen when you expected does not mean God is withholding good. Often it means He is refining delivery. Stay hopeful without becoming demanding. Stay open without becoming anxious. That balance is where alignment thrives. I want to ground this again in lived experience. There was a time when I almost missed the beauty of my season because I was too focused on what was next. I rushed conversations. I overlooked small joys. I treated waiting like a problem instead of a process. God had to slow me down, not by removing desire, but by deepening peace. When I finally learned to enjoy the present without resentment, everything shifted. And soon after, what I had been preparing for arrived without effort. Anointed One guarding also means recognizing when to do nothing. Not every feeling requires action. Not every thought requires interpretation. Sometimes the most obedient response is restraint. Let God do what only He can do. Your stillness is not inactivity, it is alignment in motion. As this season progresses, you may feel moments of uncertainty. That does not mean alignment is fading. It means you are human. Bring those moments to God without shame. Ask for clarity, not control. Ask for peace, not proof. He is faithful to respond in ways that strengthen, not overwhelm. chosen one. The reason this guarding matters so much is because what is approaching is meant to last. Temporary things require little protection. Permanent things require care. Heaven does not rush what must endure, and you are not being tested for worthiness. You are being trained for stewardship. As we move forward, the next movement will take us into the moment of unveiling, not the meeting itself, but the inner posture that allows recognition without fear, attachment without pressure, and love without striving. There is a way to step into what God has prepared without losing yourself, and that understanding is essential for what comes next. Chosen one, there comes a point in every divinely orchestrated story when heaven shifts from preparation to unveiling, not by forcing a moment, but by positioning your heart to recognize what has already been moving toward you. This is not the reveal the world dramatizes. This is not fireworks or sudden overwhelm. The unveiling heaven favors is quieter, steadier, and far more powerful. It happens when your spirit is calm enough to discern truth without confusion, and your heart is anchored enough to receive love without fear. Anointed one recognition is a spiritual function before it is an emotional reaction. Many people think they will know because their heart will race. In reality, you will know because your spirit will rest. The unveiling does not feel like grasping. It feels like arriving. It does not require you to perform, explain, or chase. It allows you to be present without anxiety. I remember the moment I realized this. I had spent years believing recognition would feel intense, dramatic, unmistakable. Instead, when alignment finally appeared, it felt familiar, safe, almost ordinary in the best way. That ordinary feeling was not lack of passion. It was the absence of fear. Chosen one. The posture that allows recognition is surrender. Not surrender of desire, but surrender of control. Control tries to manage outcomes. Surrender trusts process. When you surrender, you stop scanning rooms and start listening inwardly. You stop measuring moments and start noticing peace. You stop asking, "Is this it?" and start asking, "Is this aligned?" That shift matters. Alignment speaks quietly. Control shouts. Anointed one. There is a reason heaven spent so much time forming you internally before allowing external convergence. Recognition requires clarity. Without clarity, you might mistake intensity for intimacy or familiarity for safety. God has been refining your discernment so that when the unveiling begins, you are not distracted by surface-level appeal. You are attuned to substance. You recognize the fruit before the spark. You notice consistency before charm. You feel peace before excitement. This is wisdom earned, not given. There is also a grace that accompanies unveiling, a grace to move slowly without losing momentum. The world teaches that connection must accelerate quickly to be real. Heaven teaches that what is real does not need to rush. Covenant unfolds with patience because patience protects intimacy. When the unveiling begins, you are not compelled to define everything immediately. You allow curiosity without pressure. You allow connection without attachment. You allow growth without expectation. This is not emotional distance. This is healthy presence. Chosen one. Let me speak to the fear that sometimes surfaces right before unveiling. The fear of vulnerability. The fear of opening again. The fear that something good might hurt just as much as what came before. These fears are understandable, but they are not prophetic. They are echoes of past pain, not predictions of future harm. God does not bring healing only to lead you back into the same wounds. He brings healing to change the outcome. Trust the work He has done in you. You are not the same person who was hurt before, and what is coming is not the same dynamic you survived. Anointed One recognition also requires humility. Not the humility that diminishes you, but the humility that keeps you open. Sometimes the unveiling does not look like what you imagined. Heaven does not always match our preferences. It matches our destiny. If you remain rigid about form, you may miss substance. Stay teachable. Stay curious. Stay grounded. God often surprises us not to confuse us, but to free us from limitations we did not know we had. There is a subtle discipline heaven asks of you in this season. Do not overinterpret early moments. Let things reveal themselves over time. Depth is proven through consistency, not intensity. Watch how someone treats time, truth, and tension. Watch how they respond to boundaries, delays, and discomfort. These moments speak louder than grand gestures. You do not need to interrogate. You need to observe with peace. Chosen One. One of the most sacred aspects of unveiling is mutual recognition. You will not be the only one sensing alignment. Covenant is not one-sided awareness. When timing is right, recognition flows both ways without manipulation. You do not need to convince, pursue, or perform. What is aligned recognizes alignment. What is not aligned requires effort. Let effort be your signal. Anointed One, I want to anchor you in something practical here. When unveiling begins, guard simplicity. Keep your life steady. Do not abandon rhythms that grounded you in preparation. Prayer, rest, community, purpose. These are not replaced by relationship. They are integrated. Covenant adds to your life. It does not consume it. If you feel yourself losing balance, slow down. Heaven does not rush what must endure. There is also a sacred courage required in this phase, the courage to remain yourself. Do not shrink to be accepted. Do not embellish to be desired. Authenticity is the very thing God preserved during your hidden season. This is not the time to abandon it. The right connection will not require you to edit your essence. It will honor it. Chosen One unveiling is not a finish line. It is a beginning. And beginnings require patience, honesty, and grace. Give yourself permission to learn as you go. Give the other person permission to be human. Covenant grows through shared presence, not perfection. Mistakes do not disqualify alignment when handled with humility. What matters is the posture of repair, not the absence of error. Anointed One, there will be moments when old insecurities try to resurface. This is normal. Do not panic. Awareness is not regression. Bring those moments to God. Speak them into the light. Let them be healed at deeper levels. Covenant often reveals layers of the heart we did not know existed. This is not exposure for shame. It is invitation for growth. I want to speak clearly to this. You are not entering this season empty-handed. You carry wisdom, discernment, and self-respect that you did not have before. You know how to listen to your spirit now. You know how to pause instead of react. You know how to honor yourself without closing your heart. These are gifts formed in the hidden season. Do not underestimate them. Chosen One heaven does not tease with proximity. It prepares with intention. What is unfolding now is not accidental. It is the result of obedience, surrender, and trust accumulated over time. You may not see the full picture yet, but you do not need to. You only need to stay present to the step in front of you. As unveiling continues, stay anchored in gratitude. Gratitude keeps your heart soft. It reminds you that every step of this journey, seen and unseen, has shaped you. Thank God for the waiting. Thank Him for the silence. Thank Him for the growth. Gratitude aligns you with abundance rather than fear. Anointed One. Remember this above all, love does not arrive to save you from yourself. It arrives to walk with you as yourself. God has not been preparing you to be chosen. He has been preparing you to choose well. That is a position of strength, not lack. As we move into the next movement, we will explore how to sustain alignment once it becomes visible, how to navigate early connection without losing grounding, and how to build something lasting without rushing what heaven is still unfolding. What God has begun, He is faithful to complete. Stay surrendered, stay present, stay aligned. Chosen one. Once alignment becomes visible, a new kind of discipline is required, one that is quieter than waiting and deeper than anticipation. This is the discipline of sustaining what heaven has revealed without trying to possess it too quickly. Many people think the hardest part is waiting. In truth, one of the most delicate moments is what comes after recognition, when something sacred is no longer hidden but not yet fully formed. This is where wisdom protects what excitement could easily destabilize. Anointed one, sustaining alignment begins with honoring pacing. Heaven rarely reveals something fully formed. It reveals it progressively, layer by layer, so that trust can grow alongside intimacy. If you rush to define what God is still unfolding, you risk placing expectations on a connection that is still breathing into itself. Let it breathe. Let it develop its own rhythm. Divine things are not built on pressure. They are built on presence. I want to speak from lived experience here, because this is where many people unintentionally sabotage what God has prepared. When something long awaited finally appears, there is a temptation to compress time to make up for seasons of waiting by accelerating closeness. But covenant does not respond well to urgency. Urgency creates imbalance. It pulls from the future instead of building in the present. I had to learn that patience does not end when alignment begins. It changes form. It becomes patience in communication, patience in trust, patience in allowing mutual understanding to deepen naturally. Chosen one. One of the first things heaven asks you to sustain is emotional grounding. Do not let your emotional center shift entirely onto another person. This does not mean you withhold affection. It means you remain anchored. Keep your inner world steady. Maintain your routines, your spiritual practices, your sense of self. Covenant is strengthened when two whole people meet, not when one person disappears into the other. God did not restore your balance just to have you lose it again. Anointed one, another key to sustaining alignment is clear communication without overexposure. Speak honestly, but not excessively. Share openly, but not compulsively. There is a difference between transparency and emotional flooding. Transparency builds trust. Flooding overwhelms it. You do not need to disclose everything at once to prove sincerity. Let trust earn access gradually. This protects both hearts and allows safety to form naturally. There is also a need to sustain discernment without suspicion. Discernment observes patterns over time. Suspicion looks for threats everywhere. The two feel similar at first, but they produce very different outcomes. Discernment brings clarity. Suspicion creates anxiety. If you notice yourself over-analyzing tone timing or small shifts, pause. Ask yourself whether you are responding from wisdom or fear. Fear wants control. Wisdom trusts process. Chosen one, sustaining alignment also requires honoring boundaries even when attraction is present. Boundaries are not barriers to intimacy. They are the structure that allows intimacy to deepen without distortion. Healthy boundaries protect clarity. They keep desire from overrunning discernment. They ensure that connection grows with respect rather than pressure. God is not impressed by how fast you can merge lives. He is invested in how well you can steward hearts. Anointed one. There is something sacred about allowing someone to meet you in stages. When you give full access too early, you rob the relationship of discovery. Discovery is not insecurity. It is wonder. Let wonder exist. Let curiosity grow. Let questions remain unanswered long enough for trust to form organically. This does not mean playing games. It means honoring process. I want to address something many people struggle with in this phase, the fear of losing momentum. People worry that if they do not move quickly, connection will fade. But what is divinely aligned does not evaporate under patience. It strengthens. If something requires constant acceleration to survive, it is likely being sustained by emotion rather than truth. Truth endures pauses. Truth welcomes pacing. Chosen one. Sustaining alignment also means staying honest with yourself. Pay attention to how your body feels. Peace is not numbness. Excitement is not anxiety. Learn the difference. Your body often recognizes misalignment before your mind does. If something feels consistently heavy, confusing, or draining, do not ignore it in the name of hope. Hope and honesty are not opposites. They work together. God does not ask you to sacrifice discernment to preserve possibility. Anointed one. It is also important to sustain your sense of purpose outside of relationship. Love is not meant to replace calling. It is meant to walk alongside it. When purpose is abandoned, pressure increases. Expectation becomes misplaced. Heaven aligns people who are moving in their assignments, not waiting for someone else to become their assignment. Keep building what God has entrusted to you. Relationship will complement it, not compete with it. There may be moments when differences surface, differences in communication style, pace, or expression. This is normal. Alignment does not mean sameness, it means harmony. Harmony allows distinct notes to coexist without clashing. Do not interpret difference as danger. Interpret it as an invitation to understand. How differences are handled matters more than the differences themselves. Humility sustains alignment where pride disrupts it. Chosen one. Sustaining alignment requires resisting the urge to test the connection. Some people unconsciously provoke tension to see if someone will stay. This often comes from past abandonment. But testing love creates instability. Trust grows through consistency, not through trials you manufacture. If fear arises, address it honestly. Do not disguise it as conflict. Vulnerability invites closeness. Manipulation creates distance. Anointed one. This phase also calls for prayer that is relational rather than transactional. Do not pray to control outcomes. Pray to cultivate wisdom, patience, and love. Invite God into the process as a guide, not a negotiator. Ask for insight, not guarantees. Heaven is far more interested in forming character than scripting scenes. Let God shape how you love, not just who you love. I want to speak to the temptation to measure progress. Measuring creates pressure. Pressure distorts presence. Instead of asking, "Where is this going?" ask, "How am I showing up?" Presence is the only place growth happens. When you are fully present, you can respond to what is real instead of reacting to imagined futures. Chosen one. Sustaining alignment also means allowing space for the other person to be human. They will have moments of hesitation, uncertainty, or imperfection. Do not rush to interpret these as signs of misalignment. Growth requires room. Safety invites honesty. If you expect perfection, you will create performance. Performance suffocates intimacy. Grace sustains it. Anointed one. Remember that covenant grows through shared experiences, not just shared words. Let life happen together slowly. Observe how alignment expresses itself in ordinary moments, how decisions are made, how stress is handled, how kindness is shown when nothing is at stake. These moments reveal more than declarations ever could. I want to anchor this deeply. Sustaining alignment is not about doing everything right. It is about staying receptive, humble, and honest. Mistakes will happen, misunderstandings will arise. What matters is how they are navigated. Repair builds trust more than perfection ever will. Chosen one. If you feel unsure at times, do not panic. Uncertainty does not negate alignment. It invites conversation. Bring uncertainty into the light. Silence breeds assumptions. Honest dialogue builds connection. Speak with respect. Listen with curiosity. Love grows where communication is safe. As this season unfolds, keep gratitude close. Gratitude protects joy. It reminds you that this journey is not a test you must pass, but a gift you are learning to steward. Thank God for the growth. Thank Him for the clarity. Thank Him for the pace. Gratitude keeps your heart open without becoming anxious. Anointed One, sustaining alignment is a sacred responsibility, not a burden. Heaven has brought you this far with intention. Continue to walk with wisdom. Continue to listen inwardly. Continue to honor both yourself and the other person with patience and care. In the next movement, we will address how to navigate moments of tension or uncertainty without fear, how to discern between normal growth challenges and genuine misalignment, and how to remain anchored in peace as the relationship moves from formation into deeper expression. What God is building is meant to endure, and endurance is formed through love practiced with wisdom, not urgency. Chosen one, as alignment deepens, there will inevitably be moments of tension, not because something is wrong, but because something is real. This is where many people panic. They assume peace means the absence of friction. In truth, peace is not the absence of tension. It is the presence of safety while navigating it. Heaven does not remove all discomfort from covenant. It redeems it. And learning to discern the difference between growth tension and misalignment is one of the most important spiritual skills you will ever develop. Anointed One. Growth tension feels uncomfortable, but it does not feel threatening. It invites conversation rather than avoidance. It stretches you without shrinking you. Misalignment, on the other hand, produces confusion that does not resolve with clarity. It drains rather than deepens. It keeps you guessing instead of grounding you. Learning to sense this difference requires stillness, not reaction. Do not rush to label tension as danger. Ask what it is revealing. I remember a season when I mistook discomfort for a sign to retreat. In reality, God was inviting me to grow in communication. I had to learn that disagreement is not disconnection. Silence is not abandonment. Difference is not rejection. These lessons did not come easily. They required humility and courage, but they transformed the way I loved, and they prepared me to remain present when things were not perfect. Chosen One. One of the most common fears that arises during this phase is the fear of conflict. Many people carry unhealed memories where conflict led to withdrawal, punishment, or abandonment. So when tension appears, the body reacts before the spirit can speak. If this resonates with you, pause. Breathe. Your nervous system may be responding to the past, not the present. God is inviting you to respond differently now. Anointed One covenant-level connection does not avoid conflict. It learns to navigate it with honor. Honor means listening without defensiveness, speaking without accusation, seeking understanding instead of victory. You are not trying to win an argument, you are trying to protect connection. This mindset shift changes everything. When both people value connection over control, tension becomes a doorway to intimacy rather than a threat to it. There will also be moments of uncertainty. Uncertainty does not mean alignment is failing. It means trust is being invited to mature. Early stages of connection often carry clarity because everything is new. As depth increases, complexity does too. This is normal. God does not remove mystery from relationships. He teaches us how to live within it without fear. Trust grows when certainty fades and commitment remains. Chosen one discernment in this phase requires you to stay anchored internally. Do not outsource your sense of peace to another person's mood availability or reassurance. When your peace depends on someone else's behavior, you become reactive. Covenant cannot thrive in reactivity. It requires stability. Keep returning to the practices that grounded you before alignment became visible. Prayer, reflection, rest, purpose. These are not distractions from relationship. They are the foundation that supports it. Anointed one. There is also a temptation to interpret silence as rejection. Silence can mean many things: processing, rest, reflection, or simply the need for space. Not all silence is negative. Learn to ask rather than assume. Curiosity builds bridges. Assumption burns them. If something feels unclear, bring it into the light gently. Clarity does not threaten alignment. It protects it. Another important distinction to make is between triggers and warnings. Triggers are emotional responses rooted in past wounds. Warnings are spiritual insights rooted in present reality. Triggers feel urgent and reactive. Warnings feel calm and clear. When something unsettles you, ask yourself, am I being reminded of something old, or am I being shown something new? This question alone can save you from unnecessary fear. Chosen. One, let me speak directly to the fear of wasting time. Many people rush decisions because they are afraid of investing emotionally only to discover misalignment later. But rushing does not prevent loss. It often creates it. Wisdom unfolds through observation, not acceleration. Give yourself permission to learn without pressure. God is not timing you with a stopwatch. He is guiding you with care. Anointed one. If tension reveals an area where healing is still needed, do not see this as failure. See it as opportunity. Covenant does not require perfection. It requires teachability. The ability to say I am still learning without shame. The ability to repair without pride. The ability to stay open without self-betrayal. These are marks of spiritual maturity, not weakness. There may also be moments when you wonder if alignment has shifted. If that happens, return to fruit. Fruit reveals truth over time. Does this connection produce peace, growth, clarity, and respect? Or does it produce anxiety, confusion, self-doubt, and exhaustion? Fruit does not lie. Give it time to mature. Do not judge fruit while it is still forming. Chosen one. Sometimes heaven allows tension to surface to expose patterns that must be healed before deeper commitment forms. This is mercy, not delay. It is far better to address patterns early than to ignore them until they harden. God is not sabotaging alignment by revealing these things. He is protecting it. Anointed one. Another important practice in this phase is learning to regulate emotion rather than suppress it. Regulation allows you to feel without being overwhelmed. Suppression creates pressure that eventually explodes. If you feel hurt, acknowledge it. If you feel confused, name it. Bring emotion into prayer. Bring it into honest conversation. Do not let it simmer in silence. Silence is only safe when it is chosen, not when it is forced. There is also wisdom in learning when to pause conversations. Not every issue must be resolved immediately. Sometimes clarity comes with time. If emotions are high, take space with intention, not avoidance. Say, I need time to process so I can respond with wisdom. This honors both people. Space used wisely strengthens trust. Chosen one tension handled with humility builds resilience. Resilience is what allows love to endure seasons, not just moments. God is not only aligning you for attraction, He is aligning you for endurance. Attraction gets attention. Endurance sustains life. Anointed one, be mindful of narratives you tell yourself during moments of tension. Narratives shape emotion. If your narrative is "this is falling apart," your body will respond with fear. If your narrative is "this is revealing something that can be addressed," your body will remain open. Choose narratives that align with trust, not fear. There will be times when you need to revisit boundaries. Boundaries evolve as relationships deepen. Revisiting them is not regression, it is refinement. Speak your needs clearly. Needs are not demands, they are invitations for understanding. Healthy alignment welcomes clarity. Chosen one. One of the greatest gifts you can bring into this phase is patience with yourself. You are learning how to love from a healthier place. That learning includes mistakes. It includes awkward moments. It includes growth pains. None of these disqualify you. They qualify you for deeper connection. Anointed one, trust that God is present not only in moments of peace, but also in moments of tension. He does not leave when things become uncomfortable. He leans in. Invite Him into the conversation. Ask for wisdom, not certainty. Ask for grace, not guarantees. He is faithful to guide you step by step. As this season continues, remember that alignment is not fragile when it is rooted in truth. It does not shatter under honest tension, it strengthens through it. Do not fear the moments that require courage. They are shaping the depth of what is being built. In the next movement, we will step into the long view, how to discern whether alignment is maturing into covenant, how to recognize readiness for deeper commitment without pressure, and how to remain anchored in God as love grows from connection into partnership. What heaven is forming is not only for now, it is for longevity, and longevity is forged through love, practiced with wisdom, courage, and grace. Chosen one, as alignment matures, there is a subtle but unmistakable shift that takes place. The focus moves from chemistry to consistency, from excitement to endurance, from possibility to responsibility. This is the long view. This is where many people feel both drawn forward and quietly afraid, because deeper commitment asks a different question than attraction ever did. Attraction asks, "Do I feel something?" Covenant asks, "Am I willing to grow something?" Heaven does not rush you into this question, but it does prepare you to answer it honestly. Anointed one, discerning whether alignment is maturing into covenant is not about intensity increasing. It is about stability strengthening. You begin to notice that decisions are easier to make together than alone. Not because you agree on everything, but because you respect each other's process. You notice that disagreement no longer feels like a threat to the connection. You notice that trust is growing quietly without needing constant reassurance. These are not dramatic signs, they are durable ones. One of the clearest indicators that alignment is moving toward covenant is mutual responsibility. Both people begin to take ownership for the health of the connection, not just their own comfort. Apologies come without defensiveness. Repair happens without punishment. There is a shared desire to protect what is being built rather than win arguments about who is right. This posture cannot be faked for long. It is formed through character, not chemistry. Chosen. One, readiness for deeper commitment is revealed in how each person handles pressure. Pressure exposes priorities. When stress enters through work, family timing, or uncertainty, do you turn toward each other or away from each other? Do you communicate more clearly or more guardedly? Do you seek understanding or control? These moments are not interruptions to alignment. They are mirrors. They show you what is forming beneath the surface. Anointed One, it is important to understand that covenant readiness does not mean the absence of fear. It means fear no longer leads. Courage leads. You may still feel vulnerable. You may still hesitate at times, but hesitation is different from resistance. Hesitation pauses to listen. Resistance blocks to protect. Covenant grows when hesitation is honored and resistance is healed. There is also a shift in language that occurs as alignment matures. I slowly becomes we, not out of obligation, but out of consideration. You begin to naturally factor each other into decisions without losing individuality. This balance matters deeply. Covenant is not fusion. It is partnership. Two distinct lives choosing shared direction. Chosen One. One of the most important discernments in this phase is whether peace increases over time. Not momentary peace after reassurance, but enduring peace that remains even when things are unresolved. This kind of peace is not denial. It is trust. It tells you that even when questions remain, your spirit is not alarmed. Alarm is a warning sign. Peace is a guiding one. Anointed One, let me speak to the temptation to rush clarity. Many people want guarantees before they commit emotionally, but guarantees are not the currency of love. Trust is, and trust is built, not demanded. God does not give you full visibility before He invites you into faith. He gives you enough light for the next step. If you wait for certainty to eliminate risk, you may never move forward. Covenant always requires faith, but it should never require self-betrayal. As alignment matures, you may also notice that God begins to address long-term vision. Conversations about values, direction, purpose, and calling surface naturally, not as pressure, but as curiosity. You begin to wonder not just how you feel together, but how you build together. This is significant. Covenant is not sustained by emotion alone. It is sustained by shared vision. Chosen One readiness for deeper commitment is also revealed in how both people handle accountability. When mistakes happen, is there ownership without deflection? Is there humility without self-shame? Accountability builds safety. Blame destroys it. Heaven does not join two perfect people. It joins two accountable ones. Anointed One. There will be moments in this phase where you are tempted to over-spiritualize decisions, waiting for signs, confirmations, or external validation instead of listening to wisdom already present. Remember this: God often speaks through clarity, not confusion, through peace, not pressure, through counsel, not compulsion. Use prayer not to avoid decision, but to inform it. God respects your agency. He guides it. He does not override it. There is also a need in this season to release comparison entirely. Not just comparison to others, but comparison to your own expectations. Sometimes alignment does not look like the picture you carried. It looks better, but different. If you cling too tightly to expectation, you may miss invitation. Stay open to how God chooses to fulfill what He promised. Chosen One remaining anchored in God as love deepens is not optional, it is essential. Relationship cannot replace devotion. When devotion fades, pressure rises. Keep God central not as a referee, but as a source. Pray together if appropriate, but also pray alone. Let God speak to you individually, so you do not collapse spiritually into one another. Healthy covenant honors both personal and shared spiritual life. Anointed One, there is wisdom in slowing commitment without delaying obedience. Slowing allows truth to surface. Delaying avoids decision. Know the difference. Slowing feels intentional and peaceful. Delaying feels anxious and evasive. If you sense God inviting you forward, do not hide behind caution. If you sense Him inviting you to wait, do not rush out of fear of loss. He is faithful to guide both movement and stillness. One of the most overlooked aspects of covenant readiness is joy. Not excitement, but joy. Joy that feels steady. Joy that does not disappear when challenges arise. Joy that comes from shared laughter, mutual respect, and emotional safety. Joy is not childish. It is resilient. Where joy is absent, something essential may be missing. Chosen. One covenant grows when both people feel free to be themselves without fear of rejection. Freedom is not lack of commitment. It is the soil where commitment thrives. If you feel like you must perform to be chosen, pause. If you feel like you must suppress parts of yourself to maintain peace, pay attention. True alignment invites wholeness, not fragmentation. Anointed One discernment at this stage also involves counsel, not crowds, but trusted voices. People who know your character, people who honor your faith, people who tell you truth without projecting fear. Isolation breeds distortion. Wisdom grows in community. Do not walk this alone. As the long view unfolds, trust that God is not only concerned with whether you choose the right person, but whether you become the right partner. Becoming requires patience, humility, and ongoing surrender. This is not a one-time decision. It is a daily posture. Chosen one. If at any point clarity fades, return to peace. If peace fades, return to prayer. If prayer feels dry, return to stillness. God is not hiding from you. He is teaching you to listen beyond noise. As we move into the final movement, we will bring everything together: how to fully surrender outcomes without disengaging effort, how to walk forward with faith rather than fear, and how to trust God with the final unfolding of your love story. What began in hidden preparation is moving toward visible fulfillment. And the same God who guided you here will guide you through what comes next. Chosen one. This is the moment where everything comes into rest, not because the journey ends, but because trust has fully taken its place. What began as a whisper, what unfolded through hidden seasons, what matured through alignment, tension, growth, and discernment, now arrives at surrender. Not passive surrender, not resignation, but the kind of surrender that releases outcomes while remaining fully present in obedience. This is where fear loses its authority and faith becomes embodied rather than imagined. Anointed One, surrender does not mean you stop caring. It means you stop controlling. It means you no longer measure love by certainty or outcomes, but by obedience and peace. Many people misunderstand surrender and think it looks like emotional distance. In truth, surrender is emotional maturity. It is the ability to love without gripping to hope, without demanding to move forward, without needing guarantees. This posture is not weakness. It is spiritual strength. There comes a point when God asks you to trust Him, not just with your waiting, but with your fulfillment. Waiting seasons teach patience. Fulfillment seasons test surrender. It is one thing to say, God, I trust you while nothing is happening. It is another to say, God, I trust you now that something is unfolding. This is where many people unknowingly tighten their grip. Heaven is inviting you to loosen it. Chosen one. Trusting God with the final unfolding of your love story means releasing the need to define every chapter before it is written. It means allowing God to surprise you without fear. It means accepting that even good things grow through process. Love is not proven by speed. It is proven by faithfulness over time. What God is building in your life is not fragile. It does not need constant management. It needs space to breathe. Anointed One, fear often disguises itself as wisdom in this season. You may hear thoughts like, "What if this doesn't work?" or "What if I misread the signs?" These thoughts are not prophetic. They are protective instincts formed from past pain. Acknowledge them without obeying them. Fear asks you to retreat. Faith asks you to remain present. God is not asking you to ignore wisdom. He is asking you to trust His guidance over your anxiety. There is a sacred balance here. You are not disengaging effort. You are redirecting it. Effort no longer goes toward controlling outcomes. It goes toward staying aligned in posture. You continue to show up with honesty. You continue to communicate with integrity. You continue to honor boundaries. You continue to choose love wisely. This is active surrender. It is participation without possession. Chosen one. One of the clearest signs that surrender is taking root is peace that remains even when answers are incomplete. You may not know exactly how everything will unfold, but you are no longer unsettled by that uncertainty. Peace has become your compass. When peace is present, God is near. When peace is absent, God is still near, but inviting you to pause and listen. Anointed one, trusting God fully also means trusting yourself differently. Not trusting your impulses, but trusting the discernment God has cultivated in you. You are not the same person you were at the beginning of this journey. You have learned to listen inwardly. You have learned to pause before reacting. You have learned to honor truth over fantasy. Do not discount this growth. It is part of the promise. There will be moments ahead when choices must be made. Surrender does not remove choice. It clarifies it. You choose not from fear of loss, but from alignment with peace. You choose not to secure love, but to steward it. God does not force destiny. He invites cooperation, and cooperation flows best from trust. Chosen one. This is also where gratitude becomes essential. Gratitude anchors you in the truth that every season hidden, revealed, confusing, beautiful has contributed to who you are now. Gratitude prevents you from resenting the process. It softens your heart so love can deepen without fear. Thank God not only for what He has done, but for who you have become along the way. Anointed one, let me speak directly to the fear of disappointment. Disappointment does not come from trusting God. It comes from attaching expectations to outcomes God never promised. God promised guidance, not control, presence, not perfection, growth, not immunity from pain. When you trust God with outcomes, you free yourself from the burden of managing them. This does not mean you accept anything that comes. Discernment remains, boundaries remain, wisdom remains. Surrender does not override these things. It integrates them. You still honor your values. You still protect your peace. You still choose what aligns with truth. The difference now is that you do not do these things from fear. You do them from faith. Chosen one. There is a profound freedom in this final posture. Freedom from overthinking. Freedom from self-blame. Freedom from constant evaluation. You are no longer asking, "Am I doing this right?" You are asking, "Am I being faithful to what I know?" That shift changes everything. Faithfulness is measurable. Outcomes are not. Anointed one. Trusting God with your love story also means trusting Him with timing beyond your understanding. There may be moments when things slow down unexpectedly. Do not panic. There may be moments when things accelerate. Do not cling. Trust remains steady regardless of pace. God is not inconsistent. He is attentive. I want to ground this in something practical and real. Life will continue alongside love. Work challenges, responsibilities, disappointments, joys, they will all coexist. Love does not remove life's complexity. It walks with you through it. Trusting God means you do not expect love to rescue you from life. you allow it to enrich you within it. Chosen one. If at any point you feel overwhelmed, return to simplicity. Breathe, pray, rest, speak honestly. You do not need to solve the future. You only need to stay present to today. God reveals what is needed for each step when it is needed. That has been true from the beginning of this journey. It will remain true now. Anointed One. This final movement is not about closure. It is about continuation. Love does not arrive as a destination. It unfolds as a way of living. The hidden scroll was never just about meeting someone. It was about becoming someone who can love with wisdom, courage, and grace. Trust that what God has begun, He is faithful to complete. Trust that He knows how to lead you beyond this moment. Trust that even if the path twists, His presence remains constant. You are not walking alone. You never have been. Chosen One, release the outcome. Embrace the process. Stay aligned. Stay present. Stay surrendered. What is meant for you will not require you to abandon yourself to receive it. It will meet you where you are, whole, grounded, and ready. And as you step forward from this place, do so with quiet confidence. Heaven has been faithful in every unseen detail. It will be faithful in what comes next. Chosen One, as you come to the end of this message, receive this with a reverent heart. Your season of hidden alignment is not ending in silence, but in fulfillment. The sealed prophecy over your love story is opening. The hidden scroll heaven wrote for you is being revealed line by line. You are not early and you are not late. You are standing in your exact Kairos moment, your divinely appointed time on heaven's clock. Anointed One, remain faithful, stay aligned, and keep your spirit soft. What has been forming in the unseen is preparing to manifest in clarity, peace, and recognition. Walk forward with gratitude, not urgency. Heaven is guiding every step. If this word resonated, quietly affirm it. Stay connected by subscribing, and if you feel led, share where you're watching from in the comments as a testimony of alignment. May peace, discernment, and divine confirmation rest upon you.